So Warner Brothers seems to be distancing from AH while using Jason Momoa to desperately push Aquaman yet again, while Shield Media produces identical article after article after article, flooding search results so nobody will hear about those failed screeners, the problems with budgets, and so on. Now, what's truly fascinating about this spin is that you not only have Jason Momoa in the headlines, but AH is brought up, and apparently Warner Brothers is starting to understand she won't sell movies. So now it's despite the AH fiasco. Well, Jason Momoa, he's going to tell you everything is fine. Now, the timing of all of this, so it is beyond intriguing, too. You and I, we're going to talk about that today. Oh, man. I mean, this is fun times. This is fun times indeed. All right, so hey there to all you fine folks on this fine day. By the way, I hope you are doing excellently. So I get this feeling that a Warner Brother executive woke up the other day and thought, wait a minute, what are we doing with Aquaman? That movie, it's worth almost $1.2 billion. That's right, billion with a B, dollars. Let's see if Jason Momoa can perhaps salvage this with another interview. And by the way, let's put it in a magazine that doesn't go online. Yeah, that'll show those people that always talk about just how bad things are performing. Now, one thing that has really intrigued me, especially when you look at headlines that come with this thing, is the mentioning of Peter Safran by Jason Momoa. You can see his name right there at the beginning. Peter Safran's my producer and is a dear friend. Now, Peter Safran is also one of the two main players in DC Studios. You have James Gunn and Peter Safran. Now, before he was in charge of Warner Brothers DC Studios, this is really important in my opinion, he was the only executive at Warner Brothers to go on the record talking about AH, how important it was to keep AH on films. So, he went to bat to the point that it was detrimental for films. I mean, listen to this here. Quote, I don't think we're ever going to react to, honestly, pure fan pressure. You got to do what's best for the movie. We felt that if it was James Wan and Jason Momoa, it should be AH. That's really what it was. Now, to truly drive home how this mindset at Warner seems to have changed, really drink in this next part of the statement by Peter Safran. Quote, one is not unaware of what is going on in the Twitterverse, but that doesn't mean you have to react to it or to take it as gospel or accede to their wishes. You have to do what's right for the film, and that's really where we landed on it. So that same guy is now in charge at DC Studios. I mean, he could greenlight any type of statement that he wants, anything supporting AH, but instead, you have articles like this popping up for the damage control. Quote, Peter Safran is a dear friend. Jason Momoa has faith. DC CEO won't let AH controversy kill his $30 million Aquaman career. Now, to make this very clear, this isn't just some one-off headline either. I mean, you have plenty of them that talk about it this way. Quote, Jason Momoa hints Aquaman 3 confirms $1.21 billion franchise isn't dead despite the AH fiasco. Quote, it's on, bro. Yeah, it's on indeed. Now, the reason that that's happening, in my opinion, is because Warner executives know that Aquaman as a franchise, it's done. They're going to have to turn the page. Part of turning the page is leaving AH behind, but you want to keep Aquaman or Jason Momoa. Why? Well, again, the guy made you over $1 billion with the movie. Listen to how this worded, too. I think it says plenty, but the media, they just never catch on. Quote, Peter Safran's my producer and is a dear friend. I absolutely think Aquaman will be involved in the DCU. Not saying going to have a franchise, going to have movies, but will he involved there? So that sounds like a character statement, and look at how this is followed up. It's on, bro. There's no one bigger than Aquaman. So again, that is a character statement. Then the movie, the new one coming up. But also, I hope people are excited to see the new one. You know, Aquaman 2 is brought up separately from the character. So again, I don't think that's a statement about the franchise or the franchise's future. I think this is the golden parachute that we're seeing, and you're going to only have Jason Momoa being able to jump. Now, another thing that really drives this point home, in my opinion, is that Jason Momoa will talk about people that are associated with Aquaman too. He'll talk about Peter Safran, his producer. He'll talk about how much fun it's to work with Patrick Wilson, but he never ever brings up AH. And you can tell this is by design, by the way. I don't think it's just Jason Momoa there. I think it's Warner Brothers brass telling him not to do that. Never answer those questions. You never want to get in there. Maybe we can make them forget while we distance. I mean, listen to this here. Quote, "It's fun, talking about Aquaman too. I really enjoy doing comedy. There's some really fun stuff with Patrick Wilson. I really adore him. We had a great time working together. It's like we're brothers. There's a lot of cool stuff happening in this one." Now, the reason for all of this distancing and all of this damage control, in my opinion, is right here. I mean, Warner Brothers could clarify any of this too if there's any misinterpretation. But you notice, since the merger came up, this is after Safran had made his comments too. You have Warner Brothers Discovery merge. Look at how well they were doing there too. Yeah, after that, a lot of it was a downhill slide. I mean, you would have a few results that would go up, but they had a terrible bottoming out effect to the point that right here in December, under $10. I mean, we're talking about layoffs by the thousands. You have people thinking, yeah, they're going to get fired in management, but things have been climbing here. Well, you can't have a $1 billion plus flop. The movie, it cannot succeed, but if you don't make some of that money back, you end up damaging the DCU going forward. Oh man, I mean, that's bad. And you have some major stockholders that have been pulling out, selling tens of thousands of shares right now because they're not confident, but Wall Street is saying, yeah, maybe some good things are going on. But anyway, let me know what you think about all of this stuff. Like I said, I think that they're trying to salvage. I think it's too little too late. I mean, damage done. That's my opinion. I will not see the movie, but let me know what you think. And as always, appreciate the heck out of you. You make this stuff work. Thank you. Want to help out the channel? Links in the description. Check those out for sure. Hey, I'm going to end here. I appreciate you. I know I haven't done as many videos lately, too. A lot of stuff's been going on, but I'm trying to get back at it, trying to bring you better videos. Let me know what you think, though, and thank you. Like I say, see you soon.